Hello, friends. This is host Eric of Talking with Famous People, and I'm here with Mikey Mike, who is the opening band for the band that my wife and I came to see. She's like her favorite band that's playing right now. I'm like kind of
in the valley below.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I like them. But I was quite impressed with the opening act here, Mikey Mike, who did an excellent job. I felt both coalescing the performance down to what it could be, and also combining melody and rapping in a successful way.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm very curious to find out. You mentioned like maybe you're moving towards getting radio play and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So can you talk to me a little bit about the process of developing your brand as a musician and stuff like that?
It's been a long process. I guess it would start. I got into the artist thing after years of producing and writing for people, and I got a little. I felt like it was so sucking, and I knew I had things to say, and I wasn't saying it, and I was in a room with people trying to put words in their mouth that didn't, and then I hit a place where I was like, I gotta do it. So that was probably 3 years ago, and then ever since then, just I've been gunning on it, and that's, what was the original question? I knew it was
that the process of growing to become more successful from like where you started out with. It was a satisfactory answer in the sense that I get some sense of where you're.
Yeah, I started as a producer and a writer. I got blessed enough to have a song on Rihanna's album that gave me the money to move out here, and then I did probably 2 years of songwriting sessions in every day, new writer, new person, 300-400 songs on my laptop. And a lot of that was just like politics and bullshit. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to live forever, and this isn't working. I might as well. If I'm not going to make money, I might as well do what I love. And things started falling into place when I started doing my own thing.
I'm curious about your songwriting process in general. Do you generally start with melody, chords, rapping parts, or is it a mix of different ways of approaching it?
I think probably 80% of the time I start with the chords. I start on guitar, piano, with the sample and a sketch of the beat, and then from that I hear rhythms and melodies, and then the words kind of come. But sometimes I'll be at a bar or somewhere and I overhear a really great phrase, and I'll know it's special, and then I know that's where I'm going to lead to, and that's where I end, and then I'll build backwards from there. But usually I start with the chords or like a little bit of a beat, like a sketch to get going.
Do you think the musical truths are created or discovered?
The musical truths?
Yeah, musical truths. Do you think they're created or discovered?
I think they're created by God, and then I think they are
channeled.
I think they're channeled. If you can cut off the noise in your life, they will just fall in your lap. I think that's the hardest part to writing, is that especially when things start happening, there's so much noise and so much, we got to get this piece of content out by them and this, and this, that it doesn't leave a lot of room for silence. When there is that kind of silence, and you're sitting on a plane and you're just flying across the country and you see how big the world is, and then things.
I don't want to interrupt all that, but are we going to the time ceremonies? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, bro. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they are channeled in the way that I think they all come from God. Even the best ones, I don't think I wrote any of them. I think the bad ones I misheard God, and the good ones I heard God. The shitty songs I misheard, and the good songs I heard him clearly.
I tend to take a similar approach. Do you think that you prioritize what do you prioritize in either your lyrics or your musical ideas in general? Do you prioritize personal authenticity, expression of who you actually are, or do you prioritize something like effectiveness on a broad level?
You know what? I think it starts with the authenticness of who you are and starting with that story. And then for me, my goal is to play to as many people as possible and inspire and have scenes that touch a lot of people. So that does come into play. There will be places where I will compromise, because I'll go, you know what, this doesn't change the narrative of the song, but it might make it easier for people to grab onto. So there might be, and usually what I do is I try to make the verses very authentic and raw, and then sum it up in the chorus in a very way that's tangible. Because if everything is just super poetic or whatever, you're not going to hit a lot of people. But if you have the hook, hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. So I think it is a compromise, but never compromising the truth of the song. Just maybe I might have put it in a rawer or way more people wouldn't have got, that I will, like a song like Doing Me. sum it up in I want to be happy, I want to be free, fuck what you say, I'm doing me. It's very simple, very poppy, but it's a culmination of a lot of things that are authentic and poetic, and that to me is the ultimate. If you can have, for me, verses that are poetic or raw or just very authentic, and then the hook sums it up in the simplest way that lets it get to the most people and they understand it.
Are some of your
I don't
songs
want to
all
play
singing?
it just little. I want to play to a lot of people and have the songs hit a lot of
Are
people.
some of your songs all singing?
Yeah, there's a couple. I'm not really a singer, so I have a pocket of about 4 notes,
Right.
which I used to think was a limitation, but now I see it as an advantage because if I write something in those 3 notes and I make it strong enough, everybody else can sing it.
Well, I mean, you've got great pitch and everything. It's probably just an issue
Thank
of
you. Yeah, no,
you
I'm
don't
never
have
a
the hugest
singer.
range or anything, but that's not necessarily. too
Yeah, and
important.
it's finding a way that you sing that you're on, where you kind of yell it, shout it, get a little twang, and like. And that was years of me writing for other people.
I gotta ask about the shoe drinking. Now, is this something that you've had going on in your shows for a long time? Or
Yeah,
on the wheel and
we always have, because to me, I think the most powerful thing, I want to sum up everything of who I am as a human, which is I like to have fun and get wild, and then I like to have moments that I feel like are sincere and heartfelt and go past that level. But I don't want to do all of that because it feels like you're preaching, and I don't want to do all fun because there's nothing there to actually
hang your hat on.
There's no meat there. There's nothing that can like touch somebody. So I think the plan is we will spin the wheel. And somebody will take a shot out of a shoe and it's fun, and then we'll go to a poem. It's like really heartfelt, and that balance between different emotions, I think, is what helps hook people. Because they're like, it's a little bit of everything. I don't really know what this is, but I stay engaged.
Right. Well, I mean, I agree that it's something that's too focused on the presentational aspects. Like it's too perfect in certain regards.
Yeah.
It simply won't have any life.
Yeah, I mean, we won't ever have that issue because I'm not a natural born singer. So I shout the shit, it's a little out of tune. I think people can feel like that's just somebody like doing them.
Right.
And they're not sitting there going, am I a little out of tune or whatever. They just know that if they give what they have to the world, people will feel it, and it'll surpass any kind of like that wasn't perfectly in tune or that would, you know.
Well, you're a very comfortable front man, you know. You seem very comfortable in front of a group, and like you know what you're doing. I think the audience feels in general, seeing somebody who resonates kind of like experienced front man, they feel like they're in good hands. People don't want to feel like they're not sure where you're going to be taking them. You know?
Yeah, you got to be sure up there. You got to know who you are and what you're doing. You got to know you might miss some notes and whatever, but that people really want to like you, and if you just show them who you really are and you're not a piece of shit, most of the time people will want to get like, they'll be into it.
I mean, I was impressed, and I came here not even knowing there was an opening act. Right?
Yeah, well, I appreciate that.
So anyway, anything that I didn't ask you about that you'd like to mention here before we end the interview?
Hi, Mom.
All right, thanks very much, Mike.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.